Hi, everybody. Let me know if you guys hear me. Hopefully, hold up, you guys. Hold up. Welcome. Everybody's here. Let me know. I'm still trying to, this thing is a little shaky, and I might need to figure something out to make it less shaky, but I don't know what's going on. Welcome, everybody. Rhiannon, how are you? Gen X Bear, Drop Bear, welcome. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. I haven't seen you in a minute. Diddy, you said that thumbnail's so extra, right? We're waiting for the people to get in here. Mirror Moon, how are you, love? Shout out to you. Nebby's in the house. Rhiannon, everybody, let those notifications go out. Shout out to everybody. Welcome. Okay, cool. I heard that I got a notification, so well, at least people are being notified. So we'll let those people get in here. Hey, Queen. Chat says, Cat B, Leah, Joe's in the house. I see Carol. How are you? Whitey told me to come. Yay, notifications are working. Oh, my Lord. It's going to be a good day then. How are you, Queen? And Katie's in the house. Everybody, yo, that's amazing. I know I heard that the notifications work today. Wow, you guys. That's amazing, and I'm happy to hear that. James, how are you? Hey, Aqua, how are you? Everybody, come through before I go, guys. Welcome. Shout out to you before I go. Elizabeth, welcome. How are you? Hey, Ronnie. Mel, how are you? Kimberly, how are you? Oh, man. Leah, I said hello. Who else? Aduko, I haven't seen you in a minute. I hope you're doing well. Oh man, we definitely got an agenda today, you guys. We have an agenda. So YT gives 3 notifications a day per channel, no matter how big the channel is. I heard, and that's the thing. It's like, I actually contacted them about this because I was trying to figure out if it's just notifications for long form content or like uploads or lives. So if I do shorts, are people going to be notified? And does that count against your live notifications? Just things that you think about when you have to weigh this through. Brandon, how are you? Shout out to you, Brandon. Miss O, how you doing? It's been a minute. Hope you're doing well. Clearly suppressive Shelly, how are you? Charisse, welcome. The Duck, thank you. Thank you for being here, The Duck. Who else? Maria, how are you? Kimberly, welcome. I think I've said hello. Ronnie, how are you? I don't think you get notifications for shorts. That's what I was trying to figure out. Like, do they just push shorts in a different algorithm that really? Well, that's good to know. Good to know. Maybe I'm going to start uploading more shorts because I was watching a video where a creator, to make a short video, it is an art form. It's not, and I'm not talking about going live vertical. I'm talking about really doing a really good short so that it does well. It's an art. Let me just say that much. Evening Star, how are you? Everybody come through. You get notifications for shorts all the time? Well, you do. Okay. Hey, Infamous, how are you? You've arrived. Shout out to you, Evening Stars in the house. Welcome, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great day. I think I need to figure something out because this damn thing is so shaky and it drives me crazy. Maybe I just need something a little bit more heavier on this thing. We'll figure it out. I think maybe it's a setting thing. We'll figure it out. Hendrix, how you doing, love? Shout out to you, Sarah. Thank you for being here, Hendrix. Either you changed your name or I haven't seen you here before. I've never had a Hendrix in my chat before. Well, shout out to you. Welcome. If you're new, thank you for being here. Katie, I don't know. Now I'm going to start paying attention. Do people get notified for shorts? Rena, how you doing, love? Shout out to you. All right, guys, we got to get started. We have so much to review, and we are about 5 minutes in. And shout out to Tinkle Tits in the chat. I think Tinkle Tits is our only mod for today. Do we have any other ones? Oh, wait, did I see Cheeks? I feel like I saw Cheeks. Should be an interesting live today. Let me just say that much, okay? Oh, you changed your name. Okay, because I was like Hendrix. I've never had a Hendrix. It was Mimi. Okay, well, thank you. Wanda Lisa, welcome. Just a tea, please. Thank you. He said, I get them more like recommendations. Just a tea. How are you, my love? Oh my God. Who just sent me a Venmo? Thank you so much. See, and I never get notified. Wow. The Venmos, I apologize if I never shout out people with the Venmos. Mir and Moon, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Didi, thank you for being a member for 17 months. Thank you, my love. And go ahead and hit that like button. She says, she's the boss. She said it. And Mir Moon, again, thank you. I appreciate it. You said, sorry for having a political name. I follow a lot of the political channels and I'm keeping this name for at least a week. You don't have to apologize, Tinkle. You don't have to apologize. Like, why are you apologizing? Shout out to you. Ooh, Measured Man, Guardian on IG said hello. Measured Man, are you that Guardian IG page? By the way, Measured Man, I shouted you out on a video that I did on Sean Atwood. You left me a very interesting comment that I don't know, it like resonated with a lot of the content. So thank you for the $5, but I'm not sure. Is that you? I don't know. You don't have to identify yourself, but I will have to say, I don't know if you watched that video, but I did a video and you left me a very interesting comment about, hell, we could pull it here in a little bit because I know we're going to talk about the freedom fighter lady of the world who rescued 3 Epstein victims here in a minute. Okay. But you left me a comment that was very interesting that I thought was very telling. And it made me really reflect on like content that I'm doing, how we're doing it, and how to kind of like get better at it a little bit. Especially because I am somebody that, I like talking about various conspiracy theories. Don't get me wrong. But your comment, I'll have to show you what that comment is here in a little bit. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. KCG, shout out to you. I'll check it. We have a team. Glad to find. Well, thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate you. And thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. Yes, hit the like for that algorithm. All right, so let's start with some news. We're going to work our way through. We're going to talk about Lima Jevremovic. We're going to talk about the faster Pussycat Taime Downe Kimberly Burch situation. If you didn't watch my video from earlier, go watch it. Very tragic situation that people are still trying to weigh in what exactly happened, and it's still being investigated. We don't have an official statement, so we're going to get into that. And then we have a whole-on lawsuit where Jaguar Wright, Big Homie C, and other people have been added, in addition to Diddy, of course, where they are being labeled as traffickers. Traffickers. Imagine that. Shout out to you. All right, now we can get started. Shout out to Cheek says, I've arrived. Go ahead and get started. Thank you. Yeah, don't forget that you have to say that if you're late. I've arrived. Go ahead, Rabbit, get started. Even though I'm like halfway going through it. Shout out to y'all. Anyways, really, you did. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, let's get this down. Let's talk about BJ Investigates real quick. She provided an update on the lawsuit that she has had with Lima Jevremovic. Of course, this is what we know so far. So 8 motions have been denied. Currently, what BJ tells us here is that Lima's being sued. Now, a couple weeks ago, somebody came in my chat and said, hey, Lima Jevremovic is being sued. And I was like, we were live, so I didn't even know. Then I looked it up, and it turns out that it was accurate. She's actually being sued by like her old attorney and whatnot. So let's get into this. Let me unmute it, and we're only going to play a little portion of BJ's video, but I recommend everybody go watch it.
I ended up finding out in this lawsuit over the course of these several now years, Lima was loaned $100,000 at least by somebody to initiate these legal proceedings against me. $100,000 somebody lent her, according to her. Now, did I see the receipt? No. Was I there? No. Who gave her the $100,000? I don't know.
That's interesting. $100,000. Somebody just loaned her $100,000. Was it to sue? What was it exactly for? If you guys know, we have a whole playlist of this situation, this whole lawsuit, and we've been following it. And it was an attempt to silence BJ Corbell, that Surprised Witness. BJ Investigates, who is truly somebody who is seeking for truth throughout the mess of a lot of things, and brings awareness to a lot of stuff that's out there. So shout out to her. And Sylvia says, I'm cleaning my house, but I'm here. Shout out to you, whether you finished or you just started. Thank you. Oh my God, Sylvia, I appreciate it. Infamous, thank you for the $1.99, my love. Shout out to you. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to you. Oh my God, Dad is in the house. Welcome. I'm telling you, man. I need a friend to lend me 100,000. Does any? No, let me stop. Anybody got a friend that can lend me $100,000? I'd be scared. I don't even like. I don't even like the idea of posting that somewhere that I need $100,000. Like, that's just crazy. Mm-mm.
I don't know. Recently, it's also been brought to light that Lima is being sued by her former counsel on
Somebody came in my chat and let me know that Lima was being sued. Okay.
the New Jersey case for legal fees. She's getting sued for legal fees. So not only does she owe my lawyers nearly $100,000 because of the slap suit and the sanctions and all that, but she apparently, according to her lawyer's legal filings, owes him over $100,000 as well. Now, interestingly, in that legal lawsuit filing by her former lawyer against her, which was filed in California, there are co-defendants who also apparently are being held responsible for Lima's legal fees.
Interesting.
One such party being held responsible for legal fees, Lima's legal fees, presumably in the lawsuit against me, okay? Wonderland Studios, a production studio owned by a man named Benny Itori, a Hollywood producer, director. He's responsible for things you would have heard of. That is not the purpose of today's video, but I do want to just bring it to your attention because it is an issue of public concern. It concerns me, not only individually as someone affected by it directly, but as a member of the public, to know that somebody can be perhaps working in cahoots with a production studio. Again, these are allegations made by Neville Johnson, who I don't necessarily think is the most credible of all people in the world. He could be lying in court. He's definitely filed stuff with false statements about me in court. So who's to say he's not lying about Lima and Wonderland Studios? Okay, so I just want to be very clear. Wonderland Studio could just be a victim of Neville Johnson as well. Okay, Neville Johnson has really wanted to attack free speech online for many years. I mean, it's like 12 years ago, he was talking to a law school about how anybody that goes online trying to tell their opinion is like a bad actor or whatever.
You know, my firm, we have 7 lawyers in Beverly.
I'm so tired of hearing people calling people a bad actor. That's just me. That's just, I'm traumatized by it. Isn't it cringe, Gemini? Honestly, it is very, very cringe. I seriously, I'd like to understand. You said it is, oh my God, infamous. Thank you so much for the 5. You said, in my opinion, it's fabulous, fantastic. The shoes is on the other foot. The shoe is on the other foot. I'm here for it. Energy put out on is energy gets back. Thank you so much. And for those that are not aware of BJ, because I know that I have a lot of new people here that may not know, BJ Investigates is somebody that really kind of does a lot of deep dives. She is a lawyer, okay, went to law school and everything. She's not a practicing attorney currently, but she's a lawyer that really digs into different things as it pertains to the industry and uncovers a lot of stuff that you may never find out. And she's being sued because, you know, she called out a lot of things that were being hidden, in my opinion, right, as it pertains to Ben Margera and that conservatorship that was going down. A lot of people like to use money to hide and, you know, do different things. And so when you have somebody with the skill set that's able to uncover all that, it's great when it comes out to light, right? You need people that is able to just kind of dig into the weeds of things in order to get to the truth.
Hills, and we're basically a claims law firm representing artists, production companies, actors, things like that. And we have a substantial practice in defamation and invasion of privacy. We are facing tremendous problems in our culture in America and law today because of the internet. We ended up basically losing because the court said it wasn't technically a defamation. I've sued ABC News 7 times for defamation of hidden cameras. I won one case that went to the California Supreme Court that studied in every law school in America. That's the effect of the internet right now. That's not how it works for defamation in America because of the Communications Decency Act, Section 230, which says they're totally immune, completely immune from any liability. And who are the perpetrators of these things? I call them internet terrorists. So
Oh,
I'm telling
shit.
all of you law students, this is a problem that you need to.
So people that exercise free speech are internet terrorists. Keep that in mind. This is what this lawyer guy said. So it kind of makes you wonder who was funding this lawsuit against BJ. Like, what are these other parties? Where's the web? The web is webbing here, and I hope BJ gets to the bottom of it. So for those that are not aware, I guess Lima is being sued. And that should be interesting. I'm kind of wondering what that's all about too. And she hasn't been successful against the lawsuit as it pertains to BJ. Now, Danny Robertson just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Danny. Guys, drop some hearts in the chat if you've been gifted by Danny. Yes, the First Amendment. I'm sorry, Cheeks. I'm like misspeaking. Yes. Thank you. I know, Dad. Don't the lawyers take, their First Amendment, their protection of oath of the Constitution and the First Amendment? And here's this guy saying that people that exercise their First Amendment are all terrorists. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Let's see. No, Layla, we're getting there. Shout out to everybody. By the way, shout out to Danny is in the house. If you've been gifted, put some hearts in the chat. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate you so much. Okay. Let's get into another part because the longer part is going to be us talking about Jaguar here in a little bit. So I dropped a video today, and let me just say that some people were kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this situation. So you have a rock, it's an 80s rock group, all right? I can't say that I can name 5 songs from this group because I'm not very familiar with them, but it's a story that caught my eye because of the way in which this woman died. So she's on this cruise with her fiance. Her fiance is Taime Downe, who is like a singer of Faster Pussycat. And it's an 80s rock band. They were in a cruise, and they were performing at the cruise, right? So they're doing like this 80s, I don't know, theme performance thing. Well, there is an argument that happened between them. And when this story broke, initially it was said that there was an argument and she fell overboard. Okay. Basically off this ship. And they haven't been able to find her. It's been a couple days, right? One of the friends goes on Facebook and does a live. One of the friends that's close to Taime goes on Facebook and does a live and basically says that she committed suicide. Yeah. Tame. I said Taime, right? I'm trying to, isn't it like is it just Tame or Taime because of the I? Because I'm thinking it's like a J, right? Like if you take the T, it's a J, like Jamie, but it's Tame. Okay. Thank you so much, Dealer, for correcting me. So the friend says that she basically committed suicide. Nothing has been reported out. All right. And let me show you guys. This is the friend, and his name is Riki Rachtman. Is that his name? Yep. All right. Let's see. And he went on Facebook Live and basically said what he said. And yeah, like Taime, because that's how his friend was naming him. But people are calling him Tame. I guess there's 2 different ways to say the name. So then the question that I had is it appropriate for this guy to disclose all this when there hasn't been like a formal announcement by the family? And there's inconsistent and conflicting stories, right? Yeah, from Ed. Yes, same guy. Rachtman, thank you. Look, I love that y'all are correcting me. Thank you. Riki Rachtman. The T is silent, okay? Thank you. So, yes, Brandon, correct. So Riki Rachtman does this video right here. All right. And he says a mouthful here that I'm a little worried.
I've gotten several calls from the news,
Says a lot.
from podcasts, from radio show, and of course from social media, asking me if I would do on a hole right now.
Hold up. Try to speak.
It's very toxic and very angry. But what's going on right now, I'm just completely sickened by everybody. Okay, let me start by telling you this regarding the Kimberly and Taime thing. Okay. Yes, I knew about it after it happened. If you don't know, Taime has been my friend for 38 years. He was my roommate. He's always been my best friend. And I have never stopped talking to him and never stopped seeing him. And I know that I wouldn't have the career that I have now if it wasn't for Taime Downe. I also know Kimberly Burch because I've been with Taime and Kimberly many, many, many times. To the point, I mean, Kimberly and Taime have been at my house many times. Now, I'm going to say some stuff right now.
Just listen to what he says.
I'm so, like I said, and please deal with me because I'm filled with them right now. I know that I'm going to come off like a 100% hypocrite because I'm furious that everybody had to post this on their Facebook page about things that they knew absolutely nothing about. I also, for some reason, it really bugs me that everybody thought it was so important to me, so important to them to send me photographs of them and Kimberly or photographs of them and Taime. Why are you showing this to me right now? Is it because you want sympathy for me? There's people that are actually sending me texts of conversations they had with Kimberly. Why are you showing that to me? Are some of you people just like, look at me, I'm hurting? I haven't talked about this at all. And the only reason I'm talking about this right now is because I've got to set some stuff straight because there's so much bullshit out there. And I'm sorry because I've really worked really, really hard in the past several years trying to be a nice guy and not talk bad about anybody. And I found that when I'm being nice to people, that I'm getting niceness back, and I like it. But there's so many people out there that I'm just livid. And now I'm going to tell you exactly the truth. And I hope this doesn't it's not going to get me in trouble because it's the truth. And I hope Taime is not upset that I'm doing this because I have been talking to Taime a lot, and I shouldn't even be talking about that because that's disgusting. Now I sound like everybody else. Hey, guess what happened to my dear friend? Okay, here's the deal. Okay, Kimberly and Taime have always had a very toxic relationship. They have been fighting a lot. They've always fought a lot. A lot of it had to do with drugs and alcohol. Taime loved Kimberly very, very much. Kimberly loved Taime very, very much. However, they fought all the time. That is the true story. A relative, and just so you know, I haven't watched the news and I haven't got on social media, but everybody's telling me all these things that some people are posting, and it's pathetic. So from what I understand, and please, I feel horrible, and I know I'm going to sound so insensitive, which is not the case. I have so many feelings about this, but there were people that were posting accusations geared at Taime, and so now I'm going to tell you the honest truth on what is happening, okay? It's very, 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 very horrible to say, but Kimberly Burch committed suicide. She jumped off the boat, and unfortunately, I'm shaking right now, and unfortunately, she did it right in front of Taime.
That right there, he puts this out here, and now sources are like the Hollywood Reporter are using this video to confirm that this woman jumped off the boat and or the ship and committed S. That's him. He's been talking to Taime, and thank you for those that are correcting me on the pronunciation. Cocoa Pups and Dealer and everybody. Shout out to y'all. Thank you. I do not take offense to it. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. So he's talking to his friend who's being held, you know, not in custody per se, right? He's being held, he's being questioned. And they're on the phone, and apparently he's telling his friend everything that's happening. Well, when this went out like 8 hours ago or 9 hours ago, there's like articles that say that the family is in the dark about what actually happened to her. They don't know anything. So he's putting this out here, and the family doesn't know anything. This is a lot. So I know that I get that he's defending his friend and everything. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure it's coming from a place of defending your friend. But in Aduko, he put this out here that there was a security footage of her jumping. He put this out here. And so now you have these blogs and sources that are pulling from this video to say that she jumped and she committed S in front of him. When there's still an investigation going on, the family doesn't have answers. They're still searching. They can't even do a proper investigation until they dock the ship to where it needs to go. So this is like, it's a bit off turning. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I know he means well and he's trying to defend his friend, but let me tell you, this is not the way to do it. Right. So he got himself into a whole bunch of questions, and now people are going to ask, right? Completely.
When someone commits suicide, they're hurting very, very bad. And when they commit suicide, the pain is then gone. However, all the people around them suffer an even greater pain. Suicide is a very, very selfish act. Here's some truth, okay? Kimberly has spoke about suicide before, but she never followed through it. They were fighting all the time. Taime has been trying a very, very long time to be sober, and I'm so proud of him. And he's been sober. He hasn't smoked. He hasn't drank. He hasn't done alcohol. Somebody went on TMZ
That
and
was his
said
mom.
that it was so
Her
a
mom.
relative of Kimberly's went on TMZ and said, and the only reason I'm saying this, I know I apologize for being a hypocrite, being so mad that everybody's taking social media and the press to talk about it. I'm doing the same thing, but I'm going to tell the record straight. And this is the truth. This is not guesses or anything else. When Kimberly's relatives went on TMZ and said that Kimberly was not known to drink, the truth is, I would like that person to please show me a photo of them and Kimberly taken in the last 7 years. I know that sounds very, very insensitive, but this person wasn't around. Now, you have to understand, hurt people hurt people. People that are hurt, the friends of Kimberly are hurting. Kimberly's relatives are really, really hurting. But people hurt people hurt people. And that is what happened. So for anybody to put any blame on Taime is absolutely disgusting. The fact is, he was exonerated of all charges. If he wasn't, he'd be in jail. There is video.
He was exonerated of all charges that we didn't even know he was being charged. I don't know what this means. And I kind of agree with you on this. Until there's an official statement, I'm not going to bother with speculations. There's just so much that doesn't quite make sense when it came to this. But at the same time, it's like, what did they say? That the waters, when you're out in the ocean, those laws there's no laws that apply, right? So we don't even know. And I have yet to see, and maybe you guys can help me with this, but have you seen anybody, like a case where anybody's ever been charged for anything like this when there's been proof of anything? Like, this is a piece that I don't know. I'm just kind of going on a limb here. It's a little bit of a hard case to prove, but apparently he says that there's like CCTV footage of her jumping off. So she could have jumped off. I don't know. But there's no official statement yet, And they can't really do anything until the ship docks. So I've never heard of a case. Like, you guys remember, this was a case a couple years ago where there was a couple, they were in a honeymoon. They had just gotten married. They were on their honeymoon. They were on a cruise ship, and they go out to like this like cruise ship nightclub, and they're both drinking. Well, the husband ends up overboard, and they're searching for him. And this was a thing that was heavily covered. I want to say it was like in the early or late, like 2007, 2008 that this happened. I think his name was like George something. Remember that story? I can't remember his full name. I want to say his first name was George. So they had just gotten married. Something happened to him in this cruise ship. There were some like witnesses, but a lot of it was so sketch, and there was no arrest. Nothing came out of that case. So she woke up in her room and he was gone, and they looked everywhere. They found blood like on the deck of this ship and everything, but he had jumped over. I mean, that's a very bizarre story too, but it is not the first time where somebody just, jumps or, falls or is pushed over. There's also that story of his family was blaming her. Remember that? They were going on Nancy Grace. This was back when Nancy Grace had that whole situation with the, she was big. She had her own little network and stuff like that before she came on YouTube. Did the family sue the cruise ship? Because I think they did sue. I remember this. So this has been a while. But then there was also this case that happened about a year ago where these high schoolers went on a spring break little vacation or graduation vacation or something. And they were on this cruise ship. Well, one of them in the middle of the night, and they're allowed to drink, right? Because there's no laws when you're out in the ocean. It's a little bit different, and they're high schoolers, okay? They're not over the age of 21. Well, one of them was drinking too much and decided that he wanted to go swim, and the water was like shark-infested water. He didn't make it back. Young kid. Just happened like last year. It's a horrible situation, very tragic. But things like this does happen in ocean water where people get pushed, fall, go overboard, do different things, and then this is what happens. So anyways, moving on. What? Really? I've never heard of this. Is it Ollie Herbert? Okay. Well, I'll definitely, let me write this somewhere down. I still have like 3 other videos that I got to work on, and I'm still working on some other ones. I'm a little behind because I've had to download a bunch of stuff and do different things. What is his name? Ollie what? Ollie Herbert? Okay. I'll check it out. Let's see. Okay, let's get into this lawsuit. First of all, let me shout out. I want to shout out Diddy Docket. Diddy Docket. I happened to be working late last night, okay? And Diddy Docket on Twitter actually let me know of a situation that was happening that was breaking, and let me know that a bunch of people that have been featured on various channels that have YouTube channels are getting sued, are not getting sued, excuse me, or have been added to this amended complaint. So yes, they are being sued as defendants. So this Ashley Parham lawsuit is not new. We've actually reviewed it before here a couple months ago. But now we have new players on this situation. Now hold up. The reason why I'm pulling this screen is because I wanted to pull a comment that some of you guys you guys know how I have felt about Jaguar Wright. I have not I've been very vocal about my feelings about her. I have criticized platforms that she's been on, and I will tell you a little story. Some people say, "Well, you don't know her. She's the truth." No, some of y'all don't know her. I remember when Jaguar Wright first came to YouTube in like 2000. And I remember the shitstorm that happened then on YouTube. Now, back then, I wasn't a creator. I was literally just a subscriber. I remember her putting false allegations on the Patty LaBelle, the Patty Pie guy, basically saying that he was getting it in with 14-year-old boys. And he said this on Tasha K's channel before she hit her million, like way before, she really got into the lawsuit, all of this. I remember when Storm and Robe went viral, like this is kind of like his history that I remember. And I remember just the lies that she was peddling then. What gave me the red flag about her was if you're willing to put literal lies on a person, like if you're willing to say that a person did something to a minor child that never happened, you're willing to just say about anything. You would be that person that people need to be careful with, that people talk about when people make false allegations. I mean, literally. Okay. So for her, I'm not at all surprised that she's been added. And I mean, hell, if she says she's a victim of X, Y, and Z, just like she said she was a victim of JC, and then she said that was AI. Is she going to say all these videos right here where she's self-promoting as a trafficker, a dominatrix? Is she going to say that those are also AI? There's been a lot of videos out there. You said we should talk. We have inside information, but you will have to hold on until we can release it. We are only trusting for platforms. Oh, okay. Well, let me know. And you said she called Angie Stone a groomer. Then when she passed, acted like she loved Angie. Wow. That's crazy. Her Rock Nation lawsuit is coming. She went on Piers Morgan and said that she was also involved in girls had body cam footage. She knows everything, right? This is the attention that she wanted, right? Like this is the equivalent of shut up or put up, right? Like you have said that she rescued 3 Epstein victims, right? From going to Rick Rose's house, right? Remember that? But then was okay partying it up with him later on, right? That's okay. She gets away with this shit all the time. So now, listen, she wanted to get sued. This is what she wanted. And I mean, literally, isn't this the kind of clout that she wants? Right? On her own channel, Angie Stone went to YouTube to negate Jag's claims. Really? See how far back this goes? How long ago, Livmore, how long ago did she do this? Because clearly, she's passed away. So she's also spoke out against. And that's the thing, is that she takes advantage of people. Don't forget that she was on Mar-a-Lago and she says she had sex tapes of there's that one too. And Donald Trump and the daughter, Ivanka. There's that one too. And then it's interesting because now you have the Sean Atwood panel that has They put all the Diddy videos, what is it, on mute. I have to find this damn video that I just did. It was not that long ago. And the reason I have to find it is because, is this it? Yep, this is it. This is the video. Shit. This is the video that I did. And Sean Atwood and Platform decided to restrict it. Okay? Because it exposes Sean Atwood and various things that have happened. And this wasn't even about Jaguar Wright, this video specifically. It was on a separate situation, guys, just for those that don't know, okay? Well, down the rabbit hole, it literally comes into question every piece of information that he has put out there. But the reason why I wanted to play this part is because, Measured Man, your comment was one that I used here. And I just have to share it because I think it's a very valuable comment. Let me play this, okay? But let me read a comment that somebody left me on a separate video, not on this topic, but it's a comment that I felt like I loved it. Really resonated with me in a lot of the coverage that I'm currently doing, right? Because I do look at conspiracy theories. I do look at the Hollywood, exposing the industry, and I'm trying to understand, like, what is healthy and what isn't, right? This is left by a subscriber, hopefully, by the name of Measured Man. Conspiracy theories, a profitable business. What was once dismissed as a fringe thinking has become a full-blown industry. Conspiracy theories are crashing in on misinformation, turning lies into profit, sponsorship, and ads as their platform grows. They secure partnerships with brands and ads that profit from their large, loyal audiences. Paywall content, behind the scenes truth, or exclusive info available only through subscriptions or donations. The world is a stage. Everything happening around us feels like a carefully scripted performance. The twists, turns, and timing are all part of the show. But remember, time is ticking, and the real question is, who is controlling the script? Who's controlling the script? Shout out to the subscriber. Now, some of you guys might say, well, where's the profit? I'm not giving her any money. Well, guys, time is money. What you consume, what you read, what you're ingesting is money too, right? What you're listening to, what you're searching is also money. Once we realize the value of our time, then we realize, yeah, we've given a lot of time to a lot of things. Just like I've given a lot of time to this. Time is money. Yep. Guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Anyways, watch that video. And that's the video that Sean Atwood wanted to actually restricted in the UK because there's some information there that he didn't want out for the major public. And he is now hitting a lot of Diddy videos. And I don't get it. I wasn't dragging Sean Atwood. Not at all. I was showing a video of a journalist who's worked with Sean Atwood and exposed Sean Atwood for a lot of things that he has done prior and previously on his platform. And to me, now that we have the situation where Jaguar Wright is actually being named a trafficker, because she did promote herself that way, right? In this amended complaint, this Ashley Parham lawsuit, and for those that don't remember this lawsuit, this is the lawsuit where Ashley Parham is being represented by Ariel Mitchell Kidd. Now, Ariel Mitchell Kidd, I will say this, okay? I haven't been a fan. I haven't. Matter of fact, Sean Atwood interviewed Ariel Mitchell Kidd on his platform, and then Jaguar Wright came up there and started questioning Ariel. And now that the tables are like, they have turned. Now she's suing, her client is suing Jaguar Wright. How do you like them apples? Ronnie Bowe has gone silent. What happened to Ronnie Bowe? Courtney Burgess is another one. What happened to Courtney Burgess? Where are all these truth tellers that are saving the world from the industry monsters everywhere? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Let me know. Highly moral. You said highly morally questionable behavior. How did you say that wrong? Oh my God. It's going down. That's what it sounds like. All that time and effort, funding going to the wrong places instead of being utilized for the greater good. Listen, people could have volunteered their time. You said all of the Atwoods videos Is that why they're on like? So what I heard was Measured Man. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not an insider. But what I did hear was that so many of the Atwood videos have been put on private, because if you guys remember, there were extensive videos of Jaguar being given a platform and she's running the show and exposing Diddy and exposing a bunch of people. And let me say this. I'm not saying that Diddy is an angel, because I don't think he is. I think Diddy is a questionable person. I've said it before. Of course, I think that due process, presumption of innocence is important, but I feel like we've seen enough, at least way before the Jaguar Wrights and the Courtney Burgess and the Limishas and all these people came out saying what they said. Who else? What's the other one? The Alley Carters. All these people that came out, right? We've been knowing how effed up the industry is, okay? But what these people have done is that they've added what they say in Spanish in Mexico. Le pusieron mucha salsa a los tacos, meaning they've added way too much salsa in these tacos, so much so that it muddies the water for actual victims of crimes, right? I'm all for freedom of speech. I think it's important, but you don't have to lie. Like, you don't have to lie. You know, you don't have to make up. Don't forget Limisha pretending that she was, and she literally, I don't know what's more concerning, that she actually believes the lies that she tells, or that she actually like is lying and is just going with the flow of things. I literally just saw her on the official King Payne's channel still peddling that she was one of the girls on the tables on that Diddy buffet table. So I don't know which one is worse. Like, I'm like, she's either so mentally sick that she really, really believes this, and she's willing to just keep repeating the lie. I don't know which one's worse. I don't know. Look at this. That's crazy. That is crazy. You said our news organizations runs an anti-trafficking organization with results. Long story, but we had to stop and expose them. Wow. Atwood and the Blue Couch need to be held accountable for letting her on the platforms and say whatever. Well, I mean, this is here's the deal, is like, people are going to start getting sued, right? And we've been saying this, but now that she's actually named as a trafficker here, which is a title that she wanted, she uses this title as well as all those other defendants that have been led on to panels. Yeah, maybe this is what they wanted. Phoenix Fire, thank you so much for the $2, my love. I appreciate you. Thank you. She was paid by Shelly and Crokin. I don't know what to make. Like, I'm telling you, I up until recently, I'm like, man, oh man, Liz Crokin with your immigration agenda. I'm sorry, y'all. I am not, you guys know how I am, but she has been peddling a lot of stuff. When she got up on that speech on the Freedom Defenders, talking about sending everybody out to Guantanamo Bay and all this shit, I said, that is ridiculous, man. Tell me how you really feel about Mexicans. Tell me how you feel about Black people. Tell me how you feel about everybody else. Everybody's a criminal that doesn't look like you. I kind of have to wonder. And it sucks because I've done videos where I've like, I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense. Praising her. And I literally didn't know that she felt that way about my people, my Mexicanos. Like, this is crazy, man. Never again. Thank you. She's done the same on Piers Morgan. Yeah. So let's get into this little lawsuit. And I'm not going to read, like I said, we read this lawsuit before. This is the lawsuit where, shout out to Diddy Docket. Diddy Docket gave me the heads up. This is how it happened. Diddy Docket gave me the heads up. So Danny Robertson, my boo, who was in the chat here, shout out to y'all. She is my bestie. Love her to death. Danny Robertson was live, or had just been done with the live or whatever. And I gave her the heads up. I said, hey, this just came to my radar. Go check it out. Nobody's talking about it. So she broke the news literally in the middle of the night that Jaguar Wright was getting sued. So she got that lawsuit. Shout out to her. If Ahmad can drop her channel, please and thank you. I'd appreciate it. But Danny Robertson needed to needs her flowers for breaking the news. No, never. No. What I think it's interesting is this way. It's either so she's a freedom fighter who's a trafficker. How do you? She's a freedom fighter who's a trafficker. Help me understand this. Or the defender of freedom. What was the award? She is a defender of freedom hero. Some who's also a trafficker. How does that happen? That's what I like to understand. Anyways, let's get into this mess because I'm all here for it. Now, let me say this. I'm sure that this lawsuit, because I wonder, people have been saying, well, this lawsuit is questionable too because of the allegations that are being put in here. But I'm wondering if even Jaguar Wright is being honest in the things that she said, and she just got put in this lawsuit. But either way, it kind of works because it's like, well, this is the label that you wanted. You've been telling people that you took girls to Diddy's house, okay? And you've been saying that you've been part of this. So it makes sense that somebody would put you in a RICO lawsuit at this point. This is not defaming her character. And even though she's going to come back and say that all of this is AI, I don't think so. Like you can't use the AI card anymore. Just like Too Strong said, you can't. I ain't did it. I AI. I no, you can't. It's not gonna work anymore. Now hold up. Let me make sure I pull. Oh, I was not trying to take a screenshot. Here it is. Oh, hold up, yeah. I'm learning how to. Is this the Finder? Yes, the Finder. Okay, here we go. So let's get into this. I'm going to see if I can just search her name, see how many times it comes up. So it came up one. So she's named there as a defendant. Yo, they put her mugshot. Okay. Her mugshot is there. And I mean, the thing about these lawsuits, she took Ariel Mitchell kid has taken a page from Tyrone Blackburn, who is another very questionable character in these legal things, right? I would hate to think that Ariel Mitchell kid would risk her law license or anything, but you just never know when it comes to this because sometimes these attorneys expect to get paid versus actually arguing a case in front of a court, which I think that people are going to take you up on that now. This is becoming like the norm. This is becoming the norm, okay? So anyways, so here we are. Defendant Jacqueline Wright, so this is her mugshot, who upon information believed resides in the in California or Nevada. Now, this is what I'm wondering. Did they serve her yet? Or did they just drop this lawsuit? I'm assuming they served her yet. I don't know if they could find her since she doesn't have an address. Between Nevada and California, that's what it sounds like she might be. And then there is this woman I've never heard of, Brandy, is the individual upon information believed resides in Arkansas, previously referred to Jane Doe in Plaintiff Parham's original complaint. Okay, and then they're adding, of course, Diddy's mom. And then here you have Big Homie CC, who's been added to, who's also been on the Atwood platform as well. The thing about these people is I just want to know, outside of maybe singing a couple songs and having a couple of one-hit wonders, what else have they done in the industry? Okay, so this is the factual allegations. Let's get into it. And I'm only going to review some of it because I feel like some of this we've already talked about. So plaintiff met defendant Shane, who is a person that's been mentioned here, who is friend of the plaintiff. February 2018, after an altercation with another man at a bar, defendant Shane came to plaintiff's rescue. While outside the bar with friends and other patrons, defendant Shane FaceTime video called defendant Diddy and was showing people defendant Diddy in a video on his phone, attempting to impress people with this famous friend. And so the plaintiff, I remember, said something to the effect of, I'm more of a Tupac person. You're the person that murdered Tupac. And so then the story goes that the Diddy took it as like a threat and basically targeted her because she said this on the phone, that she felt that he killed Tupac, right? So I know that in this lawsuit, it's been said that she was violated with the remote control, and then they forced to put an IUD on her, that type of situation, where it got kind of like a little bit interesting, right? Because this is where KK, Diddy's assistant, comes in. And Diddy's assistant apparently was also assisting in putting an IUD in her. Having an IUD inserted is a medical procedure for those that don't know. And so Christina Koran has never made a statement about this. Christina Koran, again, was Diddy's like head person in charge. So I'm just reviewing these details because I remember this lawsuit. And this is the same lawsuit that Ariel Mitchell Kid went to News Nation and said that she was like, her client was doused with baby oil that potentially had like GHB. Okay. So in this, we're naming defendant Drewski. There's other people being named. Now hold up. I'm going to get right to Jaguar. So Jaguar is mentioned in line 200 to 201, where it says plaintiff spent the night at a hotel, defendant Gonzalez and Valdez taking turns watching them. So this is around the time that she was being trafficked. Line 201, the next morning, plaintiffs were restrained and bound by their hands in front and were placed into a vehicle. Plaintiff then saw defendant Jaguar and Helena. Okay. Upon information and belief, defendant Jaguar and Helena were in a small sedan, light color, white or beige. So plaintiffs were then transported to the location of plaintiff Parham's, where Parham's was brutally assaulted on Loma Vista Drive by defendants Jaguar and Helena. Defendant Helena was the driver and defendant Jaguar was the passenger. Defendant Helena warned plaintiff if they try to escape or run that she would have to shoot you. Okay. Defendant Helena also warned plaintiff not to throw up in her vehicle, saying, "You better not throw up in my car or get sick." So that just gives you a little bit of an idea. Here we go. And upon information, defendant Jaguar. Okay, we read this part. So essentially, Jaguar and company were keeping this plaintiff against their will. Okay. And they were participating in having these plaintiffs trafficked to Diddy. So I guess I'm just trying to understand, because if this woman has purported and made herself to be like this defender of freedom, how do you get out of this one? Like, you didn't free nobody here. You think it's an agent of chaos? That's right. Plaintiff to there's the attention that you ordered. That's what you wanted. Phoenix, thank you for becoming a member. Shout out to you. She's in Riverside. She was in DeSoto last weekend. So she's in, there you go. Oh man, oh man. Oh man, oh man. So this is my question. You said cap in the hat. I've never seen you in my chat. You said, we all know being a trafficker is just another one of Jag's many lies. Well, being a trafficker, being a X, Y, and Z, is she a victim, a willing participant, a trafficker? What is she, a handler, an agent of chaos? What is she? An inserter? Did she insert herself in this situation? You don't just put an IUD like that? No. It's not like a tampon. Absolutely not. No, it's very painful, by the way. Just saying, like, you don't, that's not what you do. It's a medical procedure that happens. You have to go to your doctor and have it done. Because it's supposed to enter your cervix. That's what it's supposed to do. You said all of the above. She's a mess. She's got a lot of following. A lot of people believe her. Liz Crokin vouched for her, right? So what does that say about people? You guys gave an award to a woman that is now being labeled as a trafficker in a lawsuit. It's the cult following. Absolutely. Oh, I've been attacked. I've been called all kinds of things by that whole situation. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. She's a mess. Remember her aunt said that she was young. She used to bury her dad's clothes in the backyard. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. It's like, it's a lot. It's a lot. So which one is it? What is she? Remember when she said that she was cut with the box cutter through her skin? There's that. When she said that Trump was in a ball gag with Ivanka, there's that. There's been a lot of things that have been said. This woman is like the X-Men Nightcrawler. That's one place and the other one. You know, she saved those Epstein victims. I did a video about that. Okay. So she's gotten the notoriety that people want her to have. Now she's being mentioned in a lawsuit. And the thing is this can go one or two ways, right? This lawsuit could be dismissed. This lawsuit could move forward. And now that she's being mentioned in more lawsuits, now here she's the actual defendant. In the other lawsuit that she was only mentioned in the other lawsuit. She wasn't being sued. Now she's being sued. Now we can actually report that she's being sued. In the other lawsuit, people were saying that, oh, she's being sued. She wasn't being sued. That she was just mentioned in the lawsuit. That's it. She was just mentioned. She wasn't being officially sued until now. Now you could say that Jaguar Wright is being sued. Mm-hmm. She's a defendant. Yeah. Crazy, huh? Isn't that crazy? You said then she met R. Kelly and Aaliyah's daughter. Oh, don't forget about that. Legina Gold, where she was trying. That was a situation too. The Legina Gold situation was a thing. She was trying to ride off of that. I'll never forget. To me, I'm traumatized by the ashes. And then people came at my comments and were saying, how dare you talk about, oh, I lost a lot of supporters because I said that. I said, no, she's faking it. Like, this wasn't like part of her religion to rub ashes, her son's ashes on her face. People were actually, I had apologists in here. That is part of a religious belief that you rub ashes. Which one? I said, where? Well, that's what she did because that's how she was, dealing with the death. I said, wait a minute. She was cheating on her husband with a cult member, Solar. And she goes out to the barbershop and shit goes down in that barbershop. No, it was not Lent. Don't. She grabbed the ashes and people literally, I know she had Legina. She was trying to get Legina pregnant with her son. Okay. Like the audacity, anything for clout. When she put those ashes on her face and she placed the phone, she had a phone, she was on IG Live. I will never forget of this shit. And I thought that was the end. I said, oh my God, this woman just got herself canceled. No, no. She put that phone right there, not my dead son, and was like, oh my God. I laughed so hard. I said, I don't know what to, like, I didn't know what to laugh. I was like, what the hell is going on? And then they literally restrained her on the floor, on the cement, at the parking lot. Okay. They did do that. You remember that? Oh, yeah. And that video went viral. It went viral all over the place. And then the people were upset because they were like, you just don't understand. You have no sympathy. I said, listen, don't try that shit. I'm gonna sit on this hill that I've been saying for many years that woman is a liar, and she's a liar, and Danny Robertson has exposed her, and it's not just Danny Robertson. Many other creators have exposed her lies. She has hurt many people here. She's put crimes on people that have never done anything to her. So the minute that I said something, she immediately she immediately said some shit, made threats on my comments, and she sent her minions over. And I said, your minions coming in my comments talking about, I want to debate you. For what? Debate me about what? About the fact that I don't fuck with Jaguar Wright and I don't like her and I don't believe anything that she says and she's a documented liar? Well, now she's on a lawsuit. Now she's in a lawsuit. Now, is she going to say that all those videos are AI? All the videos are AI. All the videos are AI. She can't handle being called out. And then she uses other creators to come after people. All right. Oh yeah, don't forget when then she does the IG filters, right? She's had the IG filters with the fire. Listen, I'm telling you, I go way back as a subscriber of various creators, and it's a shit show, y'all. It is a shit show. At one point, I would say that she was a very talented woman. At one point, but she has become more about rumors. And this is what I don't understand. Why do people stand next to somebody like that doesn't have her having pictures with these people? That's it. There's just pictures. That's all. There's no insider. She said that she have half of the chapter book that Kim Porter wrote, which what happened to that book? Where is Chris Toad? He's only been presented on Atwood after he got called out a couple times using a black man's name to promote this book. That's what he did. Chris Toad is trash. So who promoted who? Atwood. So then Atwood gets called out, and a lot of people were after Atwood, like, what the fuck? And now all these videos are on private. Now you see her less and less. Now you see a lot of these people less and less. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. And I have to say, Atwood and Company, how come you guys didn't call out what's his name? The Abercrombie guy. I did. Other channels did. BJ, a lot of other channels did. But I didn't even see one video from Mike Jeffries, the Abercrombie and Finch guy. We called him out, but you guys are very quick to call out the Diddys, the Jay-Z's. Very quick to call those out, but you're not willing to call out all the other people that have also committed crimes, documented crimes, right? You're willing to put crimes on people. You don't got to lie about these people. They're horrible, okay? There's probably a lot of stories out there. But I have to wonder, because they did make pretty money off of that Diddy stuff. Yeah, you noticed that? Interesting. Why didn't they go into that? It was crickets on the... I'm serious. Myself, I know BJ, there was all these other channels that did content on Mike Jeffries. Okay. And this was in October when the arrest came. We even did like, I know it didn't even get a lot of views, but I said, fuck it. We have to put this out here. Right. About the Alzheimer's and the defense using that excuse because he perpetrated on 15 male, him and co-defendant. Mike Jeffries, like, perped on like 15 other people, promising them to be models, Abercrombie and Finch models. None of the bigger channels, other than myself, BJ, and some other channels that spoke on this, other channels didn't. They selectively stayed quiet. Mike Jeffries. But you guys were quick to talk on the Diddy stuff. This is weird. Like, selecting which pedo or what you feel like is a pedo is really weird. Anyways, that's what I have to say about that. Thank you. She speaks on sensitive issues, and that's bound to cause a stir up in emotion. That leads to people setting aside logic to defend what they believe is true. And that's the thing. Don't let people play on your outrage. I've said this so many times. People, especially, like, I cover a lot of true crime, right? It's my specialty to know what is going to hit when it comes to a true crime case. Some cases I just won't cover because I know that it'll probably give me thousands of views when it comes to talking about kids, you know, specifically kid crimes. But I just, for me, like, I worked in government for 10 years, y'all. I worked as a social worker. I saw the worst of the worst. When you see stuff in real life about people hurting children, you don't ever want to, like, actually, like, I have to balance that for my own mental health. But this right here, people play on our outrage all the time. It's a YouTube specialty, if that makes sense. Notice what platforms play on your outrage. There's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of them out there. A lot of them out there. I've been calling this out. Yeah. Notice how that's not being reported. Mike Jeffries is 80 years old. A documented racist. Like, literally, okay? They had to shoo him out the company. And then those allegations came out about the CEO, okay? A lot of shit came out about him. And now that he's 80, nobody's paying attention to Mike Jeffries. Why? Oh, because he's not trending, guys. He's not your Jay-Z's. He's not. I'm like, that's interesting. He's still to me, he's no different than a fucking Epstein. He perpetrated on a lot of people. Yes, he did. Maybe the guys they don't talk about secretly the bigger fish. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see. Oh yes, and Ashton Kutcher was a model for Abercrombie. Don't forget that. Let's see. Doesn't Ashton have a group that fights against Truman? No. So Cam, when the Danny Masterson case happened, which, by the way, I forgot to mention this too. Danny Masterson is about to. I heard that there's going to be a documentary on the Danny Masterson case, right? When this is what happened with this 2 years ago or a year ago, about a year and a half ago, Danny Masterson had this group, this organization, this anti-human trafficking organization by the name of Thorn. Okay. Well, come to find out that Danny Masterson and Mila and various other people wrote support letters for Danny Masterson when he was trying to, figure out his sentence, right? Those letters get leaked to the public. So Ashton Kutcher and Mila are writing support letters for a convicted rapist while they're standing and in their heads of this anti-human trafficking organization. Well, when that shit hit the media, guess what happened? Myself, I know I was one of the first ones to report on this. Growing up in Scientology, reported on this. A lot of people reported on this, right? When that happened, he immediately did a statement. Him and Mila, they did a little video where they were like sitting on like, I don't know, bathroom tile or something, and basically said, "Oh, we support victims. We're removing ourselves from this organization." They had to hurry up and move. You had other people that supported their letter, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. They used the outrage to discourage and descend. Yes. Shout out to you, frustrated user. I haven't seen you in a minute. Hope you're doing well. Yes, they're doing a documentary on Danny Masterson. Mm-hmm. Yep. It was crazy. That, like, did they forget they wrote letters? So had they not gotten leaked, would they have said anything? They wrote letters to support that after they were already found after he was found guilty of those rapes, to support their friend, and while sitting in a anti-human trafficking organization. Now get this too. Ashton Kutcher has a very problematic past. Don't forget that there was a woman who was allegedly, it was said that she was a sex worker who was having a date with him, who was found dead. And he was the first ones to find her. He's calling people to help him out with this situation. And he had to basically testify on this trial. Don't forget that, okay? He's got a very problematic past. And not to mention that Mila Kunis was also a child. She was a kid when she was making out with these, people. She lied about her age to get on that 70s show. She was literally a kid making out with Ashton and Danny Masterson and them. Yeah, he left the scene, SJ. That's right. And he had to go testify. So, yeah. Thank you. It was for a lighter sentence. Yeah. And then he dated this girl too, who, isn't it weird how all these Hollywood people just have like these mysterious deaths? And this is the piece that I say, like, there's a lot of points of controversy and speculation when it comes to Hollywood. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind digging into like the controversy and maybe the conspiracy of it. But when it's at the expense of another person's well-being, right? Like in this case, actual real Diddy victims, because I do believe that they exist. And I also believe that we have opportunists in these situations. These asshats, these people that say they are truth tellers, that they are X, Y, and truth tellers in the industry, I question it all. And I think it's my right, and everybody's right. Because if you're coming in here with some bullshit ass story that you were here and you were there and you were there, and then somehow you were under the table and this happened, and then you were the head of this and you were the dominatrix and all this shit, all these stories. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you a cat with 9 lives? Like, how is that even physically impossible? And then to use that to manipulate people, okay? Because that's what it is. It's manipulation. They're playing on your outrage. That's how it is. Thank you. That's how I see. Yep. And like I said, do your thing. This is not on that. It's just some people will lie. And now, I mean, is Jaguar Wright? Was she a dominatrix? Did she really take victims to Diddy's houses, girls? And now she's being sued for it? How is that a hero? How is she a freedom defender when you refuse to actually file a lawsuit against Jay-Z when you said he did what he did? Now you're a defendant. Now you're being labeled as a human trafficker, a victimizer. How do you like that? How do you like that? Crazy, huh? Liz Krogan got her that award. Case closed. Well, there you go. Opportunities like Jag knew she's using to traumatize, monetize people. Absolutely. Tico, did they really censor the word? Well, I mean, there's a lot of words that get censored in the chat. They do. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, hey, Benson, how are you, love? Remember the way she said the stuff about Donald Trump? She said that one of the girls set him up. Yeah. She said she's got videos. Now she can turn all this in. This lawsuit might be good for her, because now she can actually put up some of these things. Like now, right? You can't backpedal out of this. How do your minions do PR on this? That's what I want to know. Maybe she'll be on Atwood, and Atwood will give her a platform to speak on this lawsuit and what she saw. There you go. Maybe Atwood will help her with that. There you go. I mean, that seems to be the only platform that allows her to speak on this stuff. Just saying. Who has the videos of Diddy tapes and doesn't turn them over? She also said once that she was in a Diddy tape. Oh my God. Doing what? What was she in the Diddy tape doing? Do we even have a picture of her and Diddy? I don't even think she's ever been invited to this. Like any of them. Was she on those going to those white parties? Let me know. Atwood won't have me there. Joe. Shout out to Joe. Joe, have you been blocked, Joe? Shout out to you. She said that there's tapes of, oh my God. Well, now she's gonna have to put up. Hey Rebecca, how are you, love? Thank you for being here. She said no, they all fell out. Wait, Measured Man. So she fell out with the Atwood too? Shut up. Really? That's news to me. That's news to me. You said she knows she can only make so much on a YouTube and lose her SSI check. She's had so many channels terminated, guys. It's not even, I didn't know they fell out. So now this is how it happens. She falls out with the creator and then she starts trashing them and then they're part of Rock Nation. So it's only going to be a matter of time before they become part of Rock Nation, just so everybody's aware. That's what she does. Everybody's part of it. I've seen this. There have been creators here like Sean Davy Way, shout out to Sean Davy Way, who's helped her, bailed her out, her and her family, whatever they needed, whatever it was, helped her. And then she goes and trashes them. No, really? Then she fell out. Wait, did they really fall out? Yeah, right, Livermore. Like, people have helped her here in the community. Measure Man, did she fall out with the lady? I've never done shit to that lady. I don't know, man. But I guess defending the lady will get you trashing about other people. I've never done anything. When? Measure Man. See, I am late. When? Oh my God. Yeah, we don't put her name on this chat. We just gonna leave it at that. Some lady, Layla, that defends her, that is like, her whole channel has been about her. I've never done anything to that lady, but she don't like people. I don't think she fell out. When did that happen? A week ago? Wow. I know, but frustrated user, she's gonna say that's AI. Watch. Hey man, whatever. If y'all love it, I love it, I guess. It is what it is. Jay, so she did? Wow. I'm telling you, it's only a matter, because she did this to everybody. She'll say that when she falls out with somebody, she did that to everybody that she falls out with. Not just Sean. There's other people. Who's the other lady? Is it OG Patrice? That's who it was. OG Patrice was a lady that also helped her a lot. There's been a lot of people here in this community that have helped Jaguar Wright, and they get screwed over like no other. Yeah, Miss OG Patrice. Yep. Very nice lady. I heard, what did I hear her on Too Strong? Too Strong did a little interview with her, and that was, but DJ Genesis, I heard about that one. I tend to stay in the bushes a lot, but I do watch kind of different content and stuff like that. But I do be knowing what's going on, because I have to know what's going on. But I knew that this was going to happen. So I guess we'll wait and see. Oh my God, Tinkle Tits, thank you for the $19.99 remonetization dollaroos. Thank you, my love. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. We talk about all kinds of things. That's how we do it. Thank you. Thank you. If she goes to jail, they better not help her. She trashed every single person. I highly doubt that anybody's going to help her at this point, unless it's somebody who is really, really close to her, which I just doubt. You said we haven't seen one person they rescued. Oh yeah, what children? Because this is about the children, right? Who have they rescued? No, I just have to be, because when I talk about Atwood, just so everybody's aware, you talk about Sean Atwood, he will file reports to have your channel basically restricted, geographical restrictions on various areas of the world. So like the UK, because they have a really high level of like they can file defamation claims online, and we can be censored to be shown in the UK. So yeah. I do. You said, yeah. So I'm just careful, because anytime I've dropped a couple of videos, y'all gotta go watch those videos that I've dropped where I've exposed a little bit of his bullshit. And Measured Man, that one video with the comment, that's the one that I showed. Make sure you guys watch it. It's like a pre-recorded video. You said we have to watch this to keep documents to help or shut down so we can go back to our mission. There you go. It's been a distraction. Helping versus enabling. Absolutely. Please tell me how she knew where that island was so I can get. First of all, I already did a video on that. People got mad at me because I said, well, how the hell did she get in there? How did she get in there? I don't know, man. She took a boat. After her car blew up. Because remember, don't forget her car blew up. Then she didn't return the U-Haul or the Penske truck. Don't forget that. She got in trouble for that. I think that was what the warrant was for. So she swam. She took a little boat to Epstein Island. Now, was this before or after Epstein was caught? I'm not really sure. I really don't know. But people don't be asking questions, so it is what it is. Where's Epstein survivors? She rescued them from the boat. Yeah, it was 3. It's a very interesting number to put out there. Very interesting number. Thank you. I do have a Venmo. It's in the description box, Measured Man. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. I'm in the UK. We're censored. So yeah, so Sister Soul, Sean Atwood files claims to censor people that are speaking against him, and now more than ever. So let me tell you what happened, okay? For those that haven't been following this, okay? So there was a huge fallout with Tommy Scoville. You guys know that I've had him on my channel. You know, shit happens. He got exposed, and now he's not doing content over there on Atwood. Well, now all of those videos have gone private. So Atwood has been very careful about all the content that they have out. That's why they've been privating and removing videos. Okay, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That Epstein story is very weird. I'm going to have to put my VPN and look for the Atwood videos. Yeah, look for the Atwood videos. Carrie B. It's only one that's being censored. Matter of fact, I can show it to you. Which one is it? It's this one that I did. And that's where, let me see. How come I can't share this? Hold on. Is it this one? And this is pertaining to the Madeleine McCann story. So, I mean, this was an interesting video because they really tried to censor this one right away. And it's called, Why is Julia Wandel Faustina owed a DNA test? Something not related to Jaguar Wright, but because it's this platform that's peddling a lot of bullshit, they got called out. And I mean, it was just a story that I was working on. I didn't say anything negative. It just kind of happened. So yeah. Yeah, they did. Yeah, I saw Aaron do a video yesterday, and that was interesting. Oh my God, that was interesting. Remember when she got beef with Sloan Bella? Make another video of the boat and with the car with the dinosaur. Wait. You said make another video of the boat and the car with the dinosaur. She did get into a little bit of a beef with Sloan Bella. She did. Just like a little word thing. And then like Sloan Bella called her out too. That shit was crazy. She went to the wrong island, Belen. No way. No, she didn't. Oh my God. Y'all are freaking funny. Y'all are too much. Y'all are too much. And guess what? I told Atwood and staff about Tommy, and they kept having him on it until they couldn't. He knew Tommy was about, I think a lot. I mean, that's the thing. It's like people get warned. I know I did too, but I don't know. Like the thing about YouTube in this situation is, and it's not like I know he's a convicted felon, y'all, but let me tell you guys something. As somebody who has a lot of convicted, and I've said this before, I have a lot of convicted felons in my family. You know, not everybody, people go through different things. And I will say that as long as you're not doing the same shit and harming people, then you're getting your life right. But clearly he hadn't learned, Joe. He clearly was still harming a lot of people, and a lot of people. Like, I didn't even realize he was still doing this. It's one thing to just show somebody's background, because a lot of people have it, especially on YouTube. But it's something different to just like say, well, this is what it is, you know? See, and I didn't know about this. I didn't know nothing about this. That is different, because I don't even think that that's what the felony that I was told he had. I thought it was just bank robbery and frauds. So this is interesting. I learned about this after the fact. He said, I hate saying it, but I'm seeing a pattern of whoever claiming they are helping the children. Yeah, and that should be, is it Donor Diener? That should be a red flag. If there is a creator here who has said, I am like your Allie Carters, these people, we're exposing the industry, we're trying to help others, that should be your biggest red flag. Because I'm like, okay. Because it's not just about online. Like, what are you doing also in front with people? Who are you meeting with outside of doing this online? Real activism doesn't just happen online. You know what I mean? It happens like when you're out in the street, when you're actually meeting with people, talking to people. Not everything is documented, if you know what I mean. So that should be a really, really, really big red flag. And also that people play on your outrage. Yeah, that's how I see that. Yeah, I thought he was too, and I just thought it was bank robbery. I didn't know any of that at all. Yeah, Evening Star. I mean, my mouth dropped when I heard. I said, "Oh my God, I know nothing at all, at all." Good point, Kraken. I do the work. No virtual signaling. Just do the work. People that do the work don't have to announce it. If you know what I mean, they don't. But anyways, guys, I'm going to let you guys go because I got to go get some rest. Y'all are amazing. Let me shout out some people here. Diddy, thank you again for supporting my channel for freaking so long. You know how much I love you, girl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Measured Man, thank you for your support today. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Infamous, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you again. You're amazing. Thank you. And then Danny Robertson, you guys make sure you check out Danny Robertson's channel. She broke down the lawsuit. I'm sure she's probably going to go back and probably respond to any of the craziness that has been said. I appreciate it. Phoenix Fire, thank you for your 2 and becoming a new member. Thank you. And F this administration resists. Thank you, my Tinkle Tits, for the $19.99 and for your continued support. Y'all are amazing. I got to go. I'm tired. And Mirrored Moon, thank you so much for that, Vandermo. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go get some like energy drink or something. I didn't feel like I got enough sleep last night. There's a lot. A lot happening. And thank you. And Sylvia, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Y'all are amazing. You guys have a great day. Hurry up and clean. Finish cleaning. I got to go clean too. I did a lot of cleaning yesterday. Maybe that's why I'm tired. I'll see you guys. Bye. Hit the like button. Bye, guys.